emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.
Howdy Brainiacs, it's time for Last Call, your one-stop preview for next month's best comics, and your last chance to pre-order before the print runs are locked and loaded. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer here at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting Wednesday, June 17th, and a heads up to pre-order by this Sunday, May 24th. The Final Order Report and Green Brain Comics are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or grab the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or log into your existing one to order, pay securely, and make sure you never miss an issue. I'll be using Comichub today to show you all the cool things that are presented on Final Order this week. Once you sign in, behind the orange banner is anything that we may have already received for you and is waiting for you to pay for and pick up or have us ship out. Behind the green banner is all the tools that we will be using today. Let's click through on the green banner here. And once we do, you'll see that the top bar is for search all items. That's everything in the system that is available for pre-order. Below that is preview pages, PDF previews from some of those upcoming books. The search arriving soon banner will have all of the items that we are expecting this Wednesday, May 27th. And below that is the Last Call menu. We'll be getting right back to that. But first, let me show you behind the search events is all the big crossovers that are happening currently between big teams, companies, and other. Then we got manga and collected editions below that. Lots of different ways for you to find all the stuff that you're looking for. Let's click through on the Last Call menu here. Once we do that, you see you can scroll top to bottom here. We got thumbnail previews of cover art from all these upcoming issues sorted alphabetically. You can sort these further by the alphanumeric buttons above that in the red. And then we've got drop downs for other fields. I've got mine currently filtered for just comics because that's all we do here on Final Order Report. All right, and the first thing that we will be looking at today is Last Call on Small Press Comics. And the first thing in Small Press this week is Dynamite Entertainment. They have a brand new issue of the new Lilo and Stitch miniseries 626. This is issue 2 from Edwin Gelman, Jeff Parker, Elisa Ponchetta, Paulina Gunashu cover. Then we got the next issue of Mumra, the ever-living number 3, Declan Shelby, Rafa Labasco. Thundar the Barbarian with a beautiful Michael Cho cover. And Vampirella number 3, Lucio Perillo cover. Moving over to Ignition Press, we got the next issue of Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief. This is issue number 3 with an Aaron Campbell cover. Murder Podcast number 8, Jeremy Hahn cover. And Mad Cave enters Final Order Report this week with Dick Tracy number 18, Geraldo Borges cover, who does interiors also. The new issue of Dog Tag from Mark Russell, PJ Holden, and Gotcha Man, number 19. Ooh, then we got Warwolf, number 6 of 8. Steve Orlando, Dave Tulaski cover. And then we got the debut of the new 6-issue miniseries, Land of Never. Creepy Babyhead is the name of that book. 6 months ago, Jim Hockey's daughter Wendy disappeared from her room. All Jim caught was a glimpse of a hulking figure at the window, the kind of late-night vision that's easily written off as a hallucination. No one believes Jim's stories, and 6 months later, he, the retired pathologist, is just looking for anyone who will still listen. And even if he finds someone, should they believe him? This is a brand new series from Steve Orlando and artist Miguel Mora, who did this A cover. We got a B cover from Sebastian Perez from Mad Cave Studios, available on, where is it? June 17th. Oh, hey, you can look inside too. Also debuting from Mad Cave is a new one-shot starring the Phantom. This time he's versus the Red Dragons. The Phantom must die, but how do you kill a ghost? The Red Dragons are gonna try, and anyone who gets in the way is just collateral damage. From writer Ray Fox and artist Lin Yoshi, with an A cover from Alessio Zono, and available on June 17th. With a variant cover by Freddie Williams II. Phantom versus the Red Dragons, one shot. Mad Cave Studios. Then we got over at Oni Press the next new issue of Adventure Time, number 14. This is the second part of the Test of Heroes. Also from Oni, we got the new issue of Dead Teenagers. Oh, this is the penultimate issue. EC Catacomb of Torment. Ooh, we got a David Rubin story in there. And of course, we got some David Lapham. The fourth issue of 6 from Murder Drones. Wyatt Kennedy, Joe Myung. Ooh, is this right? Yeah, we moved from Oni Press on up to the Dark Horse. No, this is still Oni Press. We get a second printing of Mind Management, new and improved. Mind Management sells out. Moving on over to Titan Publishing, we've got the Savage Sword of Conan Reforged, number 5, original stories from John Buscema, Roy Thomas, with this beautiful, iconic cover. This is Conan to me, man. This is a beautiful piece of art from Earl Norham. Just to note, these interiors are recolored, refinished, remastered for the first time since its original publishing, maybe? Savage Sword of Conan Reforged, number 5. Ugh. Diablo Dawn of Hatred, number 3. And moving on over to Uncivilized Comics, available on June 24th. It's the next issue of Brownfield Action Family. This is number 2 of 8 from Ted May. Vault Comics has the next new issue of Nectar, number 4 from Jeremy Robinson, Chris Sheehan cover. And Wake Entertainment has the next new issue of Dead Samurai, number 8 on FOC this week, available on July 1st, with this beautiful cover from Bill Sienkiewicz. Dead Samurai. Moving on up to the medium-sized press, we've got Minor Arcana, number 16 from Jeff Lemire. Neighborhood Watch, number 3. And Baby Garfield, number 4. And debuting from Boom Studios, Vampirates. Through the darkness of the 1,000-year eclipse, they sail, seeking adventure, treasure, and blood. In a world ruled by vampires, Empress Nira of the Night Isles has always cared more for sword fighting and carousing than ruling. But when she escapes a vicious coup by stowing aboard VMS Abyss, a pirate ship run by the mysterious Captain Ikeo, she gets more than she can handle of both. She must rise through the ranks of the Vampirates, from lowly swab to queen of the Sea of Night. So the oceans will run red with her vengeance. From Fred Van Lent, interior artist Luca Pizzari, who did this A cover. We got a B cover from Rebecca Puebla. A glow-in-the-dark version of the Luca Pizzari. A foil variant by Michael Dialanis. Looks like Rita Repulsa. A full art variant. All for Vampirates, available on July 8th from Boom Studios. Over at Dark Horse Comics, we get the second issue of Young Hellboy Reads This Thrilling Sky Adventure, number 2. Thrilling Sky Adventures from Mike Mignola, Thomas Nagowski, and Craig Russo on art and this A cover. Ooh, speaking of Hellboy, look, we get a facsimile reprint of the very first issue of Hellboy, reprinted in its original glory. The debut issue that launched the Hellboy universe is recreated with the original design, ads, and Monkey Man and O'Brien backup story from Art Adams. From his apocalyptic origin in World War II England to the modern-day case of the sole survivor of a doomed Arctic expedition, Hellboy must battle vampire frog creatures and worse in this debut miniseries. Mike Mignola and John Byrne wrote this original script from this first miniseries, Seed of Destruction, with an A cover from, of course, Mike Mignola. And we get a brand new cover from Mike himself. It's the facsimile reprint. Awesome. Ooh, we also get a debut of a brand new Shaolin Cowboy miniseries. This one called Staying AI Live. This is number 1. The Shaolin Cowboy faces an icy reception when he leaves his wasteland retreat on a mission of mercy. Following the considered counsel of a desert swallow and a horned toad, both endangered species, but none as endangered as the wandering ex-monk becomes. Once again, because of his typical American. Because in this typical American small town, he learns euthanasia is the new import duty on foreign imports. Wow. Great copy there. Shaolin Cowboy Staying AI Live, number 1 from Jeff Darrow, has this amazing Jeff Darrow cover on A, pardon me, Ryan Otley cover. Ooh, how squirty. Ooh, look, it's David Mack. Shaolin Cowboy debuts on July 1st from Dark Horse Comics and Jeff Darrow. Also debuting on the 1st is a new series called, a thrilling new True Weird series from the Tiny Onion by co-creators Julio Anta and Daniel Irizarry. The Beast of Borakan. What's going on here? Oh, it's the Beast of Borican, bringing El Chupacabra to life in contemporary Puerto Rico. When a groundbreaking ceremony is violently interrupted by a supernatural force, Lolly discovers that the stories of El Chupacabra are not just echoes from the past, but a brutal protector of generations extending back to the indigenous people of the island. As Lolly uncovers the horrors firsthand, El Chupacabra is on a parallel path with elemental destruction left in his wake. This issue features a haunting, true weird short story by Justin Jordan, Tony Akins, and Aditya Bidikar. This is a 5-issue miniseries from Julio Anta Daniel Irizarry, who did this A cover. Available on July 1st with options to pre-order. This B cover from Naomi Frank. Very creepy Max Fiumara cover. The Beast of Borican, #1. Wow, Dark Horse is bringing fire this week. They got another brand new series. This from Mark Miller. And the Millerverse expands with Star-Crossed, #1. The 2 greatest thieves in the universe have a price on their head, and every single bounty hunter alive is out to collect it. Thena Cole and Cody Blue have been living the high life since they robbed the richest woman in the universe, but they put a price on their heads when they did so, and the galaxy's greatest bounty hunter is now after them for the biggest payday of his career. From Mark Miller and artist Corrado Mastantuono, sure, who did this A cover and the black and white cover. We got a B cover from Stuart Immonen with a D cover in black and white. It's Star-Crossed #1, available on July 8th from Dark Horse Comics. At IDW, in their IDW Dark imprint, we get the next new issue of Event Horizon Inferno from Christian Ward, Rob Carey on art, and this A cover, available on July 1st from IDW. Also on July 1st, Godzilla Kaisei Era #12, probably capping off the second arc. It sure is. Ooh, then we get a second print of Godzilla vs. America Portland. On July 1st, we get the next new issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Journeys with this Michael Dooney cover. And IDW also sub-distributes Alien Books, who has a brand new Zorro series that just debuted this last Wednesday, written by Howard Chaykin with interior art by Jorge Fornes. And Stuart Moore cover on A. On July 1st, we get a debut of this series entitled Killer Influences, which is the second series in the IDW's new crime line. Killer Influences follows Melvin. Why's it got to be Melvin? A serial killer who has aspired to be one of the most infamous to ever do it. You know, serial kill. A true American nightmare. His problem? He's so efficient and methodical that he doesn't have a brand. No one has connected his crimes except for Kylie, an aspiring true crime influencer who is flailing at a small town newspaper. When she comes across Melvin's crimes and reaches out to him, she figures out how she's going to become a star. Uh-oh. From writer Joey Esposito and interior artist Valerio Bertso, we got an A cover from David Baldian. A B cover from interior artist Valeria Bertso. Available on July 1st. Killer Influences. And that does it for the small press. Let's have a look at Image Comics. that are on Last Call this weekend. First thing on Image list this week is The Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn, number 15, available on let me get over there. Available on July 17th? June 17th. That's it. June 17th. I'm getting ahead of myself. Drawing Blood, number 11, the penultimate issue of this 12-issue miniseries from Kevin Eastman and David Avallone. This features a C cover from Detroit area artist Dave Acosta. G.I. Joe, number 23. And Gunslinger Spawn, number 55. Get a second issue of If Destruction Be Our Lot from the Rosenberg Boys and Andy McDonald on art. Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 10, Ryan Otley cover. The second issue of Odin, which just debuted this last week here, from James Tiny in the fourth, Marguerite Bennett, Letizia Catanici, with the second issue has an Alex Ekman lawn cover. Same thing for Of the Earth. Chris Condon and Charlie Adler just debuted their new series last week. It's super creepy and a cool cover, Charlie Adler. Redcoat's back with number 18, Brian Hitch. Super Creep Show number 4, classic tribute cover from Pipar. Walking Dead Deluxe 139, brand spanking new cover from David Finch. And Void Rivals number 31. Debuting on June 17th from the Ghost Machine imprint, the brand new 2-issue miniseries $1 Trillion Kid from writer Peter J. Tomasi and Jeff Johns, with interior art from Stefano Simeone. The Unbelievables Part 1, Among Us. Part 1, Among Us are the Unbelievables, and Tommy Townsend III, the world's first 13-year-old trillionaire. He wants to find them. His world abounds with wonder and spectacle, including a robot bodyguard named Sterling, all trying to make the world a better place. But Tommy learns quickly that money can't buy everything and propels himself on a journey that sets the stage for this entire new universe. This brand new series debuts on June 17th. Whole bunch of great creators, including covers by Francis Manipul, Ivan Rice, interior artist Stefano Simeone. Debuting on June 17th, it's the $1 Trillion Kid, 1 of 2. Also debuting from Image Comics on June 24th, it's the brand new Universal Monsters miniseries, Blood of the Wolfman. The Wolfman reborn for a new generation. Adam Yeager thought he could become someone new at college, but not like this. One moment he was partying, the next he's recovering from a massacre that left almost no survivors. The worst part, he might be responsible. As the monster within tries to claw loose, Adam will do anything he can to stop from becoming the wolf. The superstar team of Joshua Williamson and artist Leo Max presents the next hit horror series of 2026 from Skybound Entertainment Image Comics. Joshua Williamson, it's Universal Monsters Blood of the Wolfman, with a Leo Max cover on A B cover from Joshua Middleton. Ooh, look, it's a Michael Walsh die-cut foil variant that comes in at $5.99. And it's all debuting on June 24th. It's the Universal Monsters Blood of the Wolfman #1. All right, let's see if we can get these in frame here, folks. Ooh, look, it's a brand new series from Robert Kirkman. It's Terminal #1. You may have seen something about this brand new series that they teased at a Comics Pro panel this last winter. But this must-read superhero series of the year from the dream team of Robert Kirkman, Joe Casey, Andy Kubert, David Finch, and Arthur Adams. There is a secret war being waged across the world by two violent forces with superhuman abilities who blur the lines between good and evil. When Marilyn Howe's search for her missing sister Alessandra puts her in the center of this conflict, she'll learn that the power to save the world comes from unlocking your genetic code and giving up everything you thought you knew about yourself. If you survive the experience, perfect for fans of Invincible and X-Men. For real. Nothing can prepare you for the most violent and unpredictable superhero series of the year. Image Comics, Skybound Entertainment, Robert Kirkman, Joe Casey, and Andy Kubert on interiors for this issue. It's Terminal #1 with a whole bunch of wraparound covers. Look at all this cool wraparound art. Got a B cover also from Andy Kubert. Got a chromium version of the A cover. A chromium version of the B cover. Is that, yeah. Yep. There it is. We also get a die-cut foil mask variant for only $5.99. It's pretty fancy. Oh, then we got the full-size front covers for Terminal #1, covered by Arthur Adams. Lovely. Terminal #1 has a David Finch cover and a blind bag variant for just $5.99. Folks, if you're interested in this in any quantity, just let me know. Happy to get these for you. You can place that order through Comichub, and that will be available on July 22nd. Lots of lead time on this one. Terminal #1, Image Comics. And that does it for Image Comics this week on Last Call. Let's move right on over into Last Call for DC Comics. First up is End of Life. This is a Vertigo title by Kyle Starks and Steve Pugh, available on June 17th. There it is. That's the right date. Absolute Batman #21. The hits keep hitting. Dead or Alive. Scarecrow's reign of terror continues. Lots of cool covers on this one, but we're just going to keep moving. Lots of cool covers on Absolute Flash #16, also including this Chuma Hill, which is proving to be a very popular artist with these covers. We got a second printing from Absolute Green Arrow #1. That's a pretty quick turnaround, featuring that original art, maybe with a slightly retreated cover. We also get the Ivan Tao variant and a reprinting of the Tula Lote variant as a foil. Absolute Green Arrow #1. Also available on the same day is the second issue of this very popular new series from writer Pornsak Pichochet and Raphael Albuquerque, who did the A cover. Batman Superman World's Finest 52, Dan Mora cover. Ooh, and look, we get a facsimile edition of the first appearance of Batgirl with a iconic cover by Carmine Infantino. Batwoman number 4 with a cardstock variant by David Talaski. That's just amazing. Catwoman number 88 with a Sebastian Fiumara cover. Deathstroke the Terminator number 4, Tony Fleeks, Carmine Di Giandomenico. And the third issue of a weekly shipping 4-issue miniseries for Pride Month. It's Justice League Dream Girls, a DC Pride event. Make sure you get your special orders in for this. It's got a Branton Stein cover on A. Nightwing 139, Jorge Fornes cover. We got a DC WIP, which stands for Work in Progress. This is a black and white reprinting in, I think, 11 by 17 format. Reprinting Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow award-winning series that inspired this summer's upcoming hit blockbuster movie. It features art by Bill Quis Evely and will be available on June 24th. This does come in at $14.99 for its amazing dimensions. Superman Unlimited number 14, The Reign of the Superboys. And Titans number 36. Ooh, hey, look. We get a facsimile edition of Lobo number 1, the very first solo starring issue of this fantastic series by Alan Grant, Keith Giffen, and Simon Bisley, who did this amazing, amazing cover. It's so iconic. That will be available on June 17th. It also has a B cover from Alex Saviuk in the Superpowers cardstock variant. Lobo. All right. Also, we get a brand new story arc in the new Lobo series, starting with issue number 4. Right. A blonde, a bounty hunter, and a dog walk into a bar. What in the world? It's the crossover we planned before you could demand it. Kara Zor-El and Lobo finally meet again. And this date is going to be one for the record. Booyah! We said date. Prove us wrong. We're hearing that the solicit text for the Summer of Supergirl special proves us wrong. Well, who are you going to believe? Well, right, yeah, that makes sense. But whose story is going to be more fun? The same story told 2 ways? Rashomon to the local comic store and order them both right now. We've got amazing covers from some of the most exciting talents in DC Comics. It starts with an A cover by Jorge Corona, who does interiors. This book is written by Scotty Young. Got a B cover, Lee Bermejo, Mike Del Mundo, Frank Cho. Ooh, look, we get a new Simon Bisley cover. Love it. Jason Momoa, cameo cardstock variant. Rock and roll. And that's by Damore. A Mark Spears cardstock variant. All 4. Lobo number 4, June 17th. And that does it for DC Comics this week on Last Call. Next up, we've got Last Call for Marvel Comics. First up this week is from the Star Wars universe. It's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Exos of the Empire number 3, available on June 24th. Yeah, I got the right date on there this time. Same day, Captain America number 12, Armageddon assembles now. Frozen in Hell. Chip Zdarsky, Valerio Schiti. Get a third printing of Daredevil with this Marvel Television variant. June 24th. And the second issue of Doom Quest. We're going to get the first issue coming up this Wednesday from Ryan North and Francesco Mobili on interiors with an Alex Ross cover on A. Doom is unsinkable. Cool. Infernal Hulk number 8 also has an Alex Ross cover. This is one of the Marvel Dimension variants that are cross-promoting the Marvel Abrams joint venture to publish a brand new Alex Ross original graphic novel. And we got the next issue of Spider-Versity. That is Amazing Spider-Man Spider-Versity from Jordan Morris, Perry Perez. And we get a facsimile edition of one of the most iconic covers in comics. It's Amazing Spider-Man 129. Available on July 8th. Classic Gil Kane art. And another Amazing Spider-Man facsimile edition. This features art and interiors of Amazing Spider-Man 14 from Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. I like how Frankenstein Hulk looked back in the day. Classic cover. It's got so much going on. All right. Ooh, look, it's the end of the line. It's the Ultimate Endgame number 5. It all ends here. Dennis Camp, Terry Dodson, June 24th. Same day, Ultimate Impact Reborn number 2. Chris Condon, Stefano Caselli. Generation X23 number 5. Revenge of X23. Awesome cover by German Peralta on Moonstar number 4. And X-Men number 32, Jed McKay, Tony Daniel cover. And debuting on July 8th from Marvel Comics, it's Jeff the Land Shark. He returns with a wild new cast. Thanks a lot, Mojo. Jeff has been kidnapped. All-star team Kelly Thompson and Toki Takoro return with a brand new Jeff the Landshark adventure. Mojo is determined to create the latest hit show and sends the Marvel Universe into an uproar when he kidnaps beloved pet / friend of heroes. Oh my gosh. Jeff the Landshark and his klepto companion Ken. But Jeff's not the only star of the show. Prepare to meet the likes of Dazzlestorm, Wolverine Man, Rambit, and more. It's Jeff the Landshark Superstar. This one-shot hits shelves on July 8th. Kelly Thompson, Toki Takoro, Gurahiru cover on A. This is the Nullbuster variant by Gurahiru. Todd McFarlane Toys Marvel Rivals variant. NetEase variant. Toki Takoro. That is not there. All right. Hey, look. Jeff the Landshark Superstar. I think that closes out. Let me double check here. I don't want to leave you hanging, but here we are. That does it for Marvel Comics on Last Call this week. But before I let you go, let's tell you a little bit about some upcoming events in and around Green Brain Comics. Coming up on June 12th, that Friday, it's Drink and Draw, our bi-monthly event, co-hosted by Blick Art Materials at Downey Brewing Company. For more information about where Downey Brewing Company is, check out downeybrewingcompany.com. Pencils, markers, papers, prompts, and other provided. Check it out. Drink and Draw, June 12th, 7 to 9. And on the third Monday of the month, June 15th at 7 p.m., we present Brain Candy number 79 inside Green Brain Comics, starring Detroit creative talents like Jeff Spisak in playing music, Dom Witten with poetry, Reynaldo Hinojosa on prose, and the visual art of Dan Kestler. Brain Candy number 79 is brought to you, curated and produced by the Daniel E. Wickett Legacy Committee. That's right, I remembered it. And Green Brain Comics. Yes. Join us back here on YouTube this Tuesday at 6:30 for our live stream preview of New Comic Book Day from the floor of Green Brain Comics. It's BRAINSCAN. Tuesday night, 6:30, hosted by Katie, cameraed by me. And join me back here next Friday for the next last call for final orders. Make sure to get those orders in. They're due by midnight Sunday. And just remember, all these comics are on last call this weekend. Before I let you go, I'd like to thank our good pals Klezmageddon for our theme song, our very catchy klezmer metal theme song. Let's see. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links you need for our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are all below in the description. We are spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks.
Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report from Green Brain Comics.